Hey guys, I thought I'd talk to you tonight a little bit about the dynamic that we got going on for like the last 30 years or so, 35 years or so. I think it's starting to catch up with us a little bit, partly due to feminism, but also due to the breakdown of the family dynamic in the United States and the lock and key kid culture that we got going on. The thing that we got going is a lot of kids are being raised by single-parent families, and we have a lot of these women that are saying, I don't need a man to raise children, and I can raise my kids alone, and all these kind of things. And what we're having is we're having a kind of a big problem because of this. I can point it out. Like the entire feminist dynamic is set up this way. I'll explain it to you this way. This is a guitar I'm building. It's a Telecaster that I'm making. It's a 7-string Tele, and this is the neck that I built for it. And this is the body. And it's like I say, it's a 7-string. And the thing that you do when you build a guitar, sometimes you have problems with the neck and the string height and things like that, and sometimes you have to put shims in the body right here. And the thing that happens when you have the body and the neck in here like this is when you put a shim in it, what will typically happen is way down there you may only put sometimes 1 or maybe 2 playing cards, just that height, just like less than a millimeter, but it will actually change the neck quite a bit because of basically math, the way math works, you know. So you'll change the angle, and you're only putting it in the very front, way up here in the front. So what you do is back here you end up having it tilt quite a bit, you know, and that will actually change the direction of the strings at the nut and the way they are lined up on the actual guitar itself. It will completely change the direction of the strings and make it you know, make it to where you can actually have very low action on your guitar. Now, the reason why I'm pointing this out is because what typically happens with feminism and with this dynamic that they got, where there's like, I don't need a man, and they're pushing and pushing and pushing their objective, but not understanding they've already got that objective, is they're focusing right here, and they're only thinking about this right here, and they're not realizing how much it's changing right here. They're not looking at this, they're not worried about this, because this is the problem. But this is their area that they're looking at. And this is a typical issue that you have with feminism. And what we got going on is this culture of women that are raising men have started to cause men to hate other men and to deal with friendship the same way a woman deals with friendship, because the women are raising them. And it's very unusual anymore to see women or men that have friends. I'm one of them, that have friends that have been friends for years. I mean, how many friends do you know yourself that you've had since you were in grade school, or even since you were in college, that you still keep in touch with, you know? And especially if you're listening to this and you were raised by a single-parent household, you know, a mother. This is a big problem for the family dynamic. And what's happening now is we're having this it's basically from the inside out almost. It's slowly eroding the entire dynamic of human interaction because of the feminist dynamic. Because the divorce rates have went up because of the women getting the feminist agenda rolling back in the 70s. Basically, the more independent they think they are, which they aren't independent, they actually use a man for their money and for everything that they want. They think that they're independent, and by doing that, they're raising boy children under a husbandless or boyfriendless deal, I guess. I don't know how you'd say that. But also, I'm sure that anybody that's dated a woman that has kids from a previous boyfriend or a previous marriage will tell you that usually what happens is they still date, but because they already have kids, that new boyfriend or husband isn't allowed to scold the kids in any way, typically. Typically the wives or the girlfriends don't allow you to scold the children. You know, that's their job. So we have this whole dynamic now that's really pervasive. The culture of men is that we have very few friendships now. We don't understand what that means anymore. To be friends with another man, to have a real friendship, you know, to have somebody to hang around with. It's very rare that, you know, we see all these movies, you know, just like you see love stories and things like that. None of that stuff exists. It's a movie. And you see the same thing with friendship movies, where they're these buddy movies where they've got like a bunch of people who are friends for years and years and things, and that's becoming less and less a thing. You know, it's becoming more of an oddity. Most people, you know, they grow up and they change schools, they move states, you know, they move around, they have some friends but not really good friends. They go away to college, they meet some people, they get out of college, they move to another state or back home, then they leave that state or maybe move to a different city, and they constantly are moving. And because of that, a lot of the people that they know, they might know them through Facebook, or they might know them through, you know, things like that, but they don't actually meet, they don't actually do anything, they don't go on holidays together, they don't, you know, meet for the 4th of July or Christmas or anything like that. Their kids don't hang out together. And that dynamic is being lost. And because it's being lost, I think we're losing a very big cultural thing. And it's mainly because of the feminist dynamic of wanting to break down men. I can say for a fact that being married, one thing that women really like to do is, if you've had friends before you met them, they don't want you to hang around them anymore. And typically they get all upset and act like their life is going to end just because you want to go hang out with your friends and watch a sports game or something like that. They like to weed that out and get it to where you're only around them. And once they get it to that point where your friends are just like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore, man. You know, you're not anybody I want to hang out with, because, you know, you constantly talk about your wife, or you're not fun to hang out with like you were before you were married, things like that. Once they get that, then they can break you down. It's kind of like being in the military, where they want to break you down to build you back up. Well, when you're married or when you're with a woman, they don't build you back up, they just break you down. And that's all they want to do. They want you to they want to break you down so that all you want to do is work and give them money and not have a life. And that's their only goal in life, is to do that to you. it's a very sad, lonely life, and I've been a part of that. My last marriage was 3.5 years. The marriage before that was 7.5 years. The marriage before that was almost 4 years, and the marriage before that was 8 months. So I've spent, besides being dating, I've probably spent over 20 years of my life in relationships, and I can say now that I haven't been in a relationship now since January of 2013, and I'm a much happier person because of it. It's nice to not have to worry about coming home to somebody and what are they going to say, what do they want, do they want to go do something, am I going to be able to just come home and lay down and go to bed, or watch something on the internet and do what I want to do, am I going to be able to sit down and play my music, am I going to be able to sit down and write music. These things are something that you worry about when you're with somebody. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have that problem. But the other problem I have is I have very few friends. I have a couple of friends, maybe. Yeah, I have maybe one friend right now, and another friend in America that I haven't seen since January. But I don't have any friends. That all of the only friend that I have that I've had for a while, and I don't know if I could really consider him a friend. I mean, we know each other. We've met each other quite a few times. He picked me up from the airport when I moved back to the U.S. and I actually met him on MySpace. That tells you how long ago it was. I think I met him in 2006 or 5, something like that. So I've known him for about 10 years, but I don't know if we could consider us being close friends, But yeah, he's like the longest friend I've ever had. It's 10 years, and I'd say he was mostly an acquaintance more than a friend, probably. And then I have a guy that I've met since I came here to Japan, and he's pretty cool. Really good friend, and I've known him for 6 months, maybe, since February, or yeah, the end of February, basically. So yeah, that's kind of the dynamic that we got going on now, and it's kind of sad. I'd like to hear what some of you guys think about this topic. It seems like that whole buddy scene that we see in movies of guys hanging out together and being friends and stuff like that, it's becoming less of a trend, and we're starting to have these friendships that kind of die off, and they die off for silly reasons, mainly the same way women do, and that's partly from being raised by the women, is these quickly eroding friendships due to silly, ignorant things that really don't mean anything at all. They're just silly reasons to get mad at somebody, which is what typically women like to do. They get mad for stupid things that mean nothing, that have no substance and reality or really any reason. There's no reason behind it. It's just some stupid thing to get pissed off at somebody for, and they're dragging this over into the male dynamic, to where now, because of this being such a pervasive thing, and so many marriages ending in divorce since the 70s now, and this becoming such a thing to where that's kind of the new dynamic, where you'll have a friend, he'll be a really good friend, and then something will happen that's not really a big deal at all, and all of a sudden you're just not friends anymore, and that's kind of like the new thing, it's like, it's really stupid, for me, like, how I look at it is like a lot of friendships end because of money. You'll loan a guy $100 or something, and tell him to pay me back, and then he doesn't pay you back, and you get pissed off because he doesn't pay you back. You chase him for, you know, months and months, and then he finally gives you your money back, or maybe he doesn't, and then you guys just stop talking. You know, over $100, you know, something like that. It's a common thing, you know, and it's really stupid. How I look at it is, anytime I loan somebody money or help a friend out like that, I look at it right away as I'm probably, I mean, because typically this is how it works with my friendships. I'm not going to ever get that money back. When you loan somebody money, you need to think of it in a way that you're probably never going to get that money back. So you just need to look at it as, if you get it back, well then great. You know, if you even get part of it back, great. It's great. But don't lose a friendship over it. Money isn't a reason to lose a friendship, you know. You know, if your best friend is sleeping with your wife or your girlfriend, that's a reason to lose a friendship. But if you loan a guy $20 and then he doesn't pay you back for 6 months or something, it's not that big of a deal, you know. If he never pays you back, it's not that big of a deal. You guys are friends. Shouldn't let stupid shit like that come in, you know, in your friendship and make you not be friends with somebody that you've been friends with for years. Because in some cases, that's how silly it becomes. It's such a silly thing that you'll lose a friendship that you might have had for 6 years or 10 years over something like $100, you know, or a car. You know, the guy borrows your car, goes and drives off, and bumps it into something and dents the bumper or something like that, and then you get all pissed off, and then now you're no longer friends, you know, over a dent on your car, something like that. It's just stupid shit. That's some female bullshit, mangina, blue pill, stupid ass shit. You know, that guys, you should be more, you know, manly about it. You know, it's not that big of a deal. You know, it's just shit. It's just money. It's just fucking stupid shit that doesn't have anything to do. But because we've been raised in this women's dynamic, and more single parents, mothers are taking care of you, we have this mindset now of just throwing friendship away. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows out there that how hard it is to find a friendship and to find a true friend. And when you have a true friend, it's really stupid to let that go for silly, stupid shit. But women they have this, I've talked about it before, where they have this entitlement where they think that having a friend isn't that big of a deal because they can always find more friends. Women they have this kind of like clique thing where they're always able to find friends no matter where they go. And if they can't find girlfriends, they can always find boyfriends because guys always want to fuck them. So they don't have to worry about that. But guys always have to put yourselves out there. You're always having to chase after women. You're always having to, like, you know, chase after everything. So it's a constant fight now with this dynamic. More women are finding themselves in single-parent homes, and they're fucking with the boys, with their children. They're fucking with the sons. And because of that, they're turning these men into women, the way a man thinks nowadays. I think this is why we have so many mangina, white knight, blue pill fuckheads, is because there's so many of them that have been raised by single-parent homes and with just a mother, that's the only way they think, you know. Like I always say to my students when I teach in college, I'm not here to teach you what to think. I'm trying to teach you how to think. Well, the thing is women do want to teach them what to think. As a mother, they think it's their duty not to teach them how to think about things. They want to teach them what to think about things. And since you're a boy, you're a horrible person and you're a rapist, and you know they teach all these things. It's just man-hating culture. So that's why it's so easy for men to just let go of other men when they've been raised in that dynamic. So that's what I thought I'd talk about today. I thought I'd come on and see what you guys thought about that. Leave your comments and questions in the section below. Share, like, and subscribe as always. And tell me what you guys think about this. You know, what do you think about all this family dynamic stuff and male to male relationship stuff? See you guys later.